Good evening and Happy New Year. Tonight we'll have a full report on how probably not terrorists have been out celebrating the new year quite a bit while the FBI works hard not to find what we all see. It will also give you reassurances on how there's absolutely no downsides to having wide open borders. All that and more coming up tonight. It's 2025 and we're ringing in the new year with truck bombings in Las Vegas and mass casualties in New Orleans. In the early morning hours in New Orleans, a man drove a truck into a crowded area in the French Quarter, killing many people. The crowd went into panic. Following that, the attacker opened fire. Tension in the crowd was put at ease as the sound of gunfire made it seem like everything in New Orleans was back to normal, but it wasn't. Was this a terrorist attack? Luckily, the FBI immediately stepped in with a very informed answer on that. No, this was not a terrorist attack. Take a look.
Kirkpatrick said we'll be taking over the investigative lead for this event. This is not a terrorist event.
Not a terrorist event. Didn't think it was. And that's great detective work by Agent Nosering of the FBI, because a lesser trained individual would have been misled by the ISIS flag that the FBI photographed that was flying on the definitely not a terrorist truck. And that was after authorities immediately covered the flag once they reached the scene so no one could see that it was an ISIS flag. Here's what the mayor of New Orleans had to say.
The city of New Orleans was impacted by a terrorist attack.
Nope, Mayor, that is not a terrorist attack, that's misinformation. The mayor doesn't have special FBI training, as the untrained layperson can fall to the inaccurate suspicion that an ISIS flag being flown by someone executing a mass killing could have ties to ISIS. And here you can see exclusive footage of the FBI determining that the ISIS flag isn't related to terrorism.
Just look at it.
The car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that?
Meanwhile, in Las Vegas, the legacy media headline is that a Tesla truck catches fire outside of a Trump hotel. This one from the AP is probably most accurate. One person dies when Tesla truck catches fire and explodes outside of Trump's Las Vegas hotel. That sounds like these Tesla trucks are pretty defective, and therefore this also isn't terrorism, according to us. But unfortunately, law enforcement is treating this defective Tesla incident as a terrorist incident. The only casualty of this attack was the man driving the Cybertruck who had the back loaded with explosives, which turns out didn't do as much damage as he likely planned, as the blast was pretty well contained due to the strength of the Cybertruck. They're bulletproof. Not the best vehicle to set explosives off in. The Las Vegas bomber, who we think is clearly the victim of a defective Cybertruck because we want you to turn on Elon, has a military background and very coincidentally served at the same military base as the New Orleans non-terrorist. This just in! Right Angle News is now reporting that they both served at Fort Bragg, the same military base that the second would-be Trump assassin, Ryan Ralph, visited 100 times prior to attempting to take Trump's life. Given that the would-be Trump assassin visited the same military base that these two served at 100 times, the Cybertruck exploded outside of Trump's hotel, and the Cybertruck was made by Trump's right-hand man, Elon, we definitely don't see any connection of coordinated terrorist activity. Right, FBI?
This is not a terrorist event.
The FBI is working hard to rebuild trust with the public, and that makes me want to have more banana. Following the New Orleans and Las Vegas incidences, Sean Ryan put out this tweet. I told you this was coming. Congress funded it. We warned them. We warned you. Nobody did a damn thing. Now we will continue to see the reality of the consequences of what open borders and funding terrorism does. Remember, terrorist organizations that bin Laden's sons lead are saying 50 to 60,000 Americans will die, and we are funding it. Well, as we stand in the present of what's happening now, let's throw it back to what former CIA agent Sarah Adams said would be happening as we entered 2025.
Back to the interesting point. You said that you guys think that they've sent at least 15, Al-Qaeda alone has sent at least 1,500 people here in the United States.
Correct.
What do they plan on doing with them?
They have a 2025 multi-coordinated, multi-city plot to avenge the death of Osama bin Laden.
Sounds like a significant terrorist threat to America that might be starting to unfold now. if you happen to not believe the FBI. So let's check in and see how the current open border administration rates the threat of Al-Qaeda and ISIS terrorism in the US.
Terrorism from white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland today. Not ISIS, not Al-Qaeda, white supremacists.
Feels pretty reassuring that ISIS and Al-Qaeda are not considered amongst the most lethal threats to the US. That's it for today's news! Watch out for those cyber trucks bursting into flames. They're the problem. And for God's sakes, please ignore both the ISIS flags and the 1,500 Al-Qaeda members that have somehow managed to get into our country. Hopefully we can protect them from all the white supremacy we are currently laying in the bed that we've made. Good night!
I think you're a billionaire. You have a multi-billion-dollar asset, and it's your health. Have you ever considered how everything amazing in life depends on your health? Whether it's raising your kids with great energy, living your purpose, going on adventures, or just having good, sound peace of mind. But if your immune system isn't robust, your health will quickly become just a memory. That's why you'll always find Sovereign Silver Daily Plus Immune Support in my house. Did you know silver has been used to promote health for over 2,400 years? Even Hippocrates used silver to promote wound healing. And there's a reason why God formulates breast milk to include silver. My friend, Sovereign Silver is in a class by itself. Check this out. Most colloidal silver products only contain 10% bioactive silver. The rest goes to waste. But Sovereign Silver's proprietary process creates the smallest particle size possible with the highest possible charge for best absorption by the body, giving it an astounding 98% bioactive rating. And because we're living in a time when additives, toxins, and chemicals are always a concern, you'll be glad to know Sovereign Silver is the safest, most pure form of colloidal silver with only 2 ingredients: 99.999% pure silver and pharmaceutical grade water. And it's always packaged in non-leaching amber glass bottles. No need to worry about ingesting plastics. That's why I choose Sovereign Silver. I know that it's impossible to be healthy and stay healthy by accident in today's world. And I know that my ability to work effectively, raise kids, love well, and to have fun in life are completely dependent on me feeling good and being healthy. I keep my Sovereign Silver Daily Plus Immune right by my toothbrush, making it easy for me to remember to take it every day right after I brush my teeth. I find it to be quick, easy, and a game changer. I think it's time we stop pretending that we're gonna feel good and healthy by accident. So try Sovereign Silver today for 20% off at getsilvertoday.com. Use code AWAKEN20. Sovereign Silver is the safest, most reliable, timeless solution to help build immune support and vitality. Get it now at getsilvertoday.com and use code AWAKEN20 for 20% off.